Hello. Today we're going to go over the proper way to clean and maintain your Bokeh printer. Depending on your usage, you should be performing preventative maintenance on your Bokeh ticket printer at least once a year. This can help prevent a large variety of issues from occurring, from tickets being skipped or cut incorrectly to the printer reading is jammed even though it actually isn't. Today I'll be walking you through the 3 different maintenance procedures to help you keep your Bokeh as functional as possible. The first part of the printer we'll be cleaning is the thermal print head. Cleaning this can help with issues where what's being printed on the ticket is either too light or may be incomplete. It's very important to make sure your hands are clean and dry during this entire procedure, as oils and dirt from your fingers could affect the print head and other pieces of equipment inside the printer. The first step in cleaning your Bokeh is going to be making sure that the Bokeh is off. So you turn off the switch and removing the AC power cord. You need to make sure this is the case because anything you're doing inside could potentially damage the printer itself if it has any kind of power. The next step is to take off the top and then make sure you don't have any ticket stock inside. The first thing we're going to be cleaning is the thermal print head. To get to the thermal print head, you're going to be lifting the thermal lock here. And then taking your hand and putting it in where the ticket stock normally slides in and pinch a little bit. Lightly pinching on it will release the tension and you can lift the print head out. You can turn the print head upside down, but it is very important you do not disconnect the printer head from the board. All you need to do is rotate it. Once you've rotated it, this is what you should see. You can lay it down and get a paper towel or a Q-tip, as well as some high percentage rubbing alcohol. 91% is a good minimum level of rubbing alcohol to use. So you'll want to dip your Q-tip into the rubbing alcohol and take the Q-tip and lightly rub it across the print head. You may not see anything look like it's coming off, and it may not look like your Q-tip is getting dirty. That's totally okay. This is preventative maintenance, and if you do it consistently every 6 months to a year, you may not see any dirt being removed. But if you use it consistently, your Q-tip may look like this. Once you're done, you can put the thermal print head to the side, like this, with the top or with the bottom facing upwards. The next step we're going to move on to is cleaning the rollers of the printer. Cleaning the rollers will help the printer grab the stock and feed it correctly and make sure there isn't any hesitation or pause marks on your tickets whenever you're trying to process a ticket job from Agile ticketing software. So with the print head removed, we're going to get another Q-tip and dip it in the alcohol again. The same percentage alcohol is acceptable to clean the rollers here as well. So we're going to rotate ours a little just to try to let you see it a little easier. So you'll take your Q-tip after you've dipped it into the alcohol and taking a small amount and just gently press it against the nearest edge of the steel base here and rub it across. Now you can clean the entire roller this way. The next part you're going to want to do is stick your thumb and finger inside and gently turn it towards the front of the printer. This rotates the roller so you can get to the next driest section. You're going to repeat this action until the entire roller has been cleaned. It could be slippery, so be careful. But make sure and clean all of it. So once you're done, Your Q-tip will most likely look like this. Even if you've performed preventative maintenance every 6 months to a year, it is likely it's still going to look very dirty. That's normal and should be expected every time. The final step that we're going to go to is cleaning the electric eyes inside the printer. Depending on the type of printer you have, you may either have 1 or 2. If you have a cutter in your printer, you will have 2 electric eyes. If you do not have a cutter, you will have 1. To find the electric eyes, the first senses if there's any ticket stock in the printer at all, and also looks for the timing mark within the printer. The second is much more difficult to see, and we would suggest you get a flashlight and make sure at this point to hold your print head firmly, and you'll need to look to the front of the printer. And again, this is only if you have a cutter. So in the front, you'll want to look under this black bar directly in front of the roller you just cleaned. In the middle, there should be an electric eye about here. To clean the electric eyes, all you need is canned air or an equivalent. So you'll want to make sure, again, that your print head is out of the way. Take the canned air and make sure it's a normal facing. You do not want to turn it upside down, as that can blow the inhalant inside the printer and damage pieces inside of the printer. So you take it and do quick blows both on the first eye, and then get the little straw right at the roller and blow a long spray into this black bar. Once that's done, you'll want to check the electric eye again in front and this electric eye here on the metal plate to make sure that they're clear. The final step that you'll want to take is putting the printer back together. To put the printer back together, you'll need to take the print head that we removed in the very first cleaning session, rotate it to where the bottom is facing down again, and slide it back into the printer. When sliding it into the printer, you'll see there is a notch near the back here, and then there will be a notch directly under where the cable comes out from the side. The print head has 2 tabs of its own that slide into those notches, and it sits in its correct position. Once it's in that position, close the tab here and put the top back on the printer. And your cleaning process is complete.